Welcome to this Monday's recap. I hope that everyone is doing great today. So yesterday in my message I spoke on fasting, and here I want to give a summary of what I said yesterday and at the same time give some more practical implications on the practice of fasting. First of all, fasting is abstaining from something that is a normal course of life for a particular period of time for a spiritual purpose. Biblically speaking, fasting was always abstaining from food. So when we're discussing fasting from a biblical perspective, it's about abstaining that which may sustain the body so that you ultimately understand spiritually and mentally that it is Jesus that sustains us. In other words, fasting is a way of saying that our body is not preserved and sustained by food, but by the Spirit of God. And so fasting is not only a humbling aspect, but it is an edifying aspect, a physical aspect that has significant spiritual implications. And as I mentioned yesterday, and I want to emphasize again here, if you have a medical condition that keeps you from fasting from food, then I recommend either, first of all, you speak with your doctor before you try any sort of fast. And second of all, I don't think you or understand that you don't simply have to fast from food. There are many other things from which you can fast. Social media, electronics, TV, things like that. Or maybe even just football or some sort of sports game. I don't know. The point is that with fasting, we deny ourselves of things that are okay within a normal course of life, but we're abstaining for a particular period for a spiritual purpose. And one of the reasons that I think food is one of the greatest ways of fasting is because when I fast from social media, I'm merely abstaining from something that I want but don't need. If I abstain from electronics, I'm abstaining from something that I simply want and maybe desire but don't need. When I abstain from food, however, I'm abstaining from something that I need in a normal course of life. And that ultimately there is nothing wrong with desiring to eat. We have to eat to live. But what that does spiritually to our mindset, what that does to our souls, how it nourishes our souls when we deny the body some physical nourishment, is we are indicating and saying that we want God more than anything else. Furthermore, we don't just want God, but we need God more than we need anything else. So that's why I think fasting from food is best if you can fast, but it's not the only thing from which one can fast. Second, I would say start slow. There are many types of fasts. There are partial fasts. These are types of fasts where maybe you abstain from everything but a particular type of food, like with Daniel. With partial fasts, there are fasts that you just abstain from lunch, or maybe a couple of meals, something like that. Either way, when you're fasting from food, my recommendation is that you start slow, because it can be difficult at first. In fact, let me just share with you how difficult it is. The most that I've ever done is abstain from food for about 2.5 days. That's it. I've never gone more than that. And I did at the beginning of this year, I fasted from 2 meals twice a week. So I fasted twice a week, and I would fast from 2 meals. So either I would skip breakfast and lunch and eat dinner or something like that. And I can tell you that was difficult to do, just skipping a couple of meals. So start slow, don't go crazy, go easy, drink plenty of water, or maybe some 100% fruit juice or something along those lines. Next, understand in the passage that not all fasts are meant to be private. Granted, Jesus said in the passage in Matthew 6 that we should fast and not declare it to anyone, not show it off to anyone, which is true and good, and we need to do that in certain aspects, but that was Jesus basically trying to take care of a pride issue among his hearers. That isn't to indicate in Scripture that there are not times for corporate fasts, public fasts, etc. So keep that in mind. Okay, if you have any more questions about fasting, one of the greatest resources that I think is out there for individuals is Celebration of Discipline by Richard Foster. He can help you along these lines as you start out in studying and learning more about these spiritual disciplines. All right, so there is your Monday recap for today. We hope you have a great week, and we will see you again on Sunday.